Okay. Likutei Halachos. Today we start Hilchos Tefila Halacha Gimel. This is based on Torah Ein Ches in the second Chelek Likutei Moharan. On the pasuk, V'eschanan el Hashem, and I begged Hashem, V'esayilenu, at that particular time, to say thus. That's what's said in the pasuk. It says, Tzaddik HaGodol, the big tzaddik, Gam hu muchrach להיות לפעמים איש פשוט. Many times, sometimes he has to be a totally simple person. And he has to stop himself from his Torah and from the incredible spiritual madrigas that he attains. Because you need to take care of your body. How does a person sustain himself? How does the tzaddik sustain himself? The main life is the Torah. You should know, the tzaddik sustains himself from the same aspect that sustained the world before the Torah was given. The Torah still obviously existed. The Torah is nitzchis. The Torah is eternity. Eternity doesn't just mean that it will exist forever. It also means that it always existed. Then the Torah that is how do they say, compressed into Sesadibus, was hidden in Yishuv HaOlam, in the simple manner that the world existed. This world that was created with the 10 sayings of Bereshis Bara Shemona Taras. Right, Tzaddik, when he is separated from the Torah, is a simple person. He receives chayes on his bechina of before Matan Torah, with this hidden Torah, this concealed Torah. And there's a big kavanah in that. With this, he gives chayes to all the simple people in the world. Ki kol hapshutim, all the simple people in the world. Even the Goyim, they all receive chayes only from the Torah. There's no other source of chayim. But how can they? They're so far from Torah. So what they need to have a great, simple person on top of them, to give them sustenance, to give them parnasim. So they will all receive chayes to them. That's why the tzaddik has to stumble into the beginning of being a ish pashut, a simple person, at a certain time. And then he's mechayim himself from this hidden Torah. So derech eretz, that's before Eretz Yisrael. Then it's mechayim all the simple people in the world. Each one, according to how close he is to the kedusha and to the tzaddik, he gets higher degree of chayes. That's why even somebody who's a simple person, like he can't learn, or is in a place who cannot learn, still he should keep himself in Yerushalayim as much as he can. Because everybody receives chayas from the grace tzaddik who is behaving, who is not himself simply. It says, afilu, somebody that fell, chas v'sholom, v'shol tachtis, like in the deepest caverns of purgatory. Bad neighborhood. Chas v'sholom. He has a great hope. On the tzaddik HaGodol HaAmiti, he has a great hope through the big tzaddik, because everybody can receive chas v'kedusha from wherever it is that they are. Al ken be'emes en shir shum yush b'olam klal. Kein Yesh is going vorhanden. There's no such reality as Yush. Eichshu, even if a person fell to the place where he fell, since he holds himself whatever he can, with whatever he can, still he has hope to return and come back to Kadosh Baruch Hu. But the main thing, from the depth of hell, from the bowels of hell, I cried out to you. Even screaming from the depth of hell is never ever lost. V'itzak, and you should cry, and you should cry, and you should cry, and never ever despair from crying. Only cry in Be'er HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Whatever goes along, until Hashem is going to watch over you, take Achmonsa. Says the Chochmas are very, very damaging. He says the Chochma of people, the wisdom of people, the intelligence of people traps the intelligentsia. They're so smart, they outsmart themselves. You know how they say they outsmart themselves? People outsmart themselves. You have to stay away from all kind of chokhmas of... You know, some people think that they know some chokhmas about Hashem. He says, all the chokhmas is shtuyot. You don't need any chokhmas bichlal. Yeah, but maybe if I learn Kabbalah and I learn this, you don't need it. The main thing you need is simplicity, emunah shleimo in Hashem's Yisborach, tzadikei emes, the Torah. Even though in Tmimis also you have to be very careful not to be stupid. Tmimis and stupid not the same thing. In other words, Tmimis doesn't mean that you're gullible. But still, chokhmas, figures in you don't need this. And a person can come to a great simcha with this tmimus and his emunah. Ashrei, fortunate, is the person who goes with tmimus. And you have to ask very much Hashem Yisborach to be zoiche to come to a tzadik emes. Ashrei, a person who is zoiche to come close to tzadik emes while he's still alive. Ashrei chelkoi. Because after a person already dies, it's very difficult to come to the tzaddik. The Baldovo puts it into his heart, to confuse the world, because I'm so very, very close to the end. And now they have tremendous longing in kisufim to Hashem Yisborach. It would never happen. It was never like this before. That's why the Baldovo put a lot of fake rebbes, or fake Mefosamim, fake Mikubalim. And between the true tzaddikim, he also put a lot of machlokes until nobody knows what the emes is. You have to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be zoich to be scarred to tzaddik emes. And even when you are by the one that you think is tzaddik emes, you have to cry and cry and cry, because it's very, very possible. In fact, I can virtually guarantee you that you see absolutely nothing of the tzaddik. Certain emunah, Baruch Hashem, to Uman, nothing doing. And a person can call himself a Breslover, go to Uman, Baruch Hashem, he has already tikva tevel netzach. But he's still, the light of the tzaddik is totally dark by him. I can tell you from my own personal experience. Years and years. And first of all, the first 3 years that I only go to Maran, I didn't understand what on earth he wanted from me. I was learning Tanya, I was having fun, I was having a good time and everything. Look at my foolishness. He said, what does he want from my life? And then for years and years and years I was going around with, I had a emunah, he's the one, but it was the emunah, it was like, he was my team, I was like a Rangers fan, it was like a Cowboys fan, he's my team. As opposed to my Lubavitcher friends, they had their team and I had my team, so my team is bigger than their team, is better than their team, kind of thing. But I didn't have any emunah. I mean, I had emunah, but it was like something very nebulous. And I had a lot of kashas in my mind. What do you have to say about these things about himself? Even when I knew the answer, because, as Rabbeinu said, the soiled clothing of my deeds prevented me from seeing an iota of the Adam Tzaddik. Even today, when some of the veils have been taken off a little bit, I'm able to see it a little bit, compared to what it was, Shamayim Va'aretz. Only now I start to see epis, something from Emunah and Rabbeinu. Every Israel has to include in it Tefilas to no end, to have Emunah in the Tzaddik. And the Rebbe says that in Emunah, in Tzaddikim, that has no das, you can very easily fall from it. It should be Emunah with das, and Baruch Hashem, all the Torah Likutei, the Rebbe speaks about the Tzaddik. So when we learn something about the Tzaddik, we should daven, we should have Emunah in that. That's what the Rebbe tells us. To be able to emunah, you have a gosha in it, a feeling in it. Yes? Yes.
I believe.
Good. Up to now.